Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Anwa here. Yes, so today's tutorial is going to be about how to make beaded hoop. I think I have done a tutorial on this before, but I used the green beads, and today I'm going to use pink. Okay, so honestly I don't know the measurements for this, but this is how it looks in my palm. Yes, so I'm done with this and I'm going to finish with the rest. So I'll make a tutorial on this, and so please sit back, relax, have your coffee, have your tea, and stay tuned. Materials are very I'm just going to use say 3 or 4 things to start with or to finish with this beaded hoop. So I'm going to use a hoop earring. I'm going to use a metallic hoop earring. I'll use um, pink seed beads. I think this is 15 ohs. These are 15 ohm seed beads, which I would not advise other people to use because it's very small and it takes time. But I'm using 15 ohs because the color is really nice, so that's why I prefer to use this, just for the color, not for the size. And then also beading needle, size is thin, size 10/13. That's what it's written. I have thrown the box away. I would have shown you how it looks like. And I'm also using an embroidery thread, okay, which is also the same color as the beads. And then my beading mat, and then that's it. Okay, so let's start. Now I'll start with first and foremost, I'm going to use a brick stitch method. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2 beads, as you can see, 2 beads. Okay, this is a beginner friendly tutorial, so if you know how to brick stitch, this is not something which is going to be difficult for you to do. All right, pick 2 beads. You put through the first bead with your needle, you pull, and you get 2. All right, and then you go through the second bead, out, pull out. Somebody might ask me, what's the measurement of the thread? Now I don't measure, because whilst I was doing the first hoop, the threads got finished and I had to replace them. Okay, so you can cut like 60 centimeters from a start, and so you'd obviously be needing another thread. So there's no measurement for this. But when you understand how to do this and you want to start, you just cut according to how you want to bead, and then when it gets finished, you replace threads. You always have to replace threads depending on the hoop you are using. Okay, the hoop is quite large, so that is why. So let's continue. So I'd like to go through this again, and then I come out. Then I pick a bead, I go through this from where the thread is coming from, and then I go through the first or the third bead. So I continue with the same process. I add 3 more beads using the same process. Mind you, if thread is too long, it could tangle. I don't know the kind of thread you are using, but if it's too long, it could tangle. so just be wary of it. And so we are done with 4 beads, 2 beads more to go. A 5th bead, and then the last one. Okay, and we are done with the 6 beads. So this is how the foundation chain begins. Okay, yeah, this is a foundation break stage. So what are we going to do next? What we have to do is have to put our thread here on the first bead in this part. Okay, and then whilst you pull, you realize that it forms a circle. Yeah, so when you pull, what's the next thing you have to do? The next thing you have to do, okay, is you push, you pull, you put the needle through the last bead here. Okay, and then it goes back to the first one. It's that simple, right? Okay, like that. Okay, so that's it. Please, if you have found one thing, just go back. You can replay, and then you would understand better. Okay, so this is how it starts. Now I'm going to begin to build my beads. So from the beginning, I take 2 beads. What do I do? Now, I'm going to go through this first bead, first thread, not into the bead. I go through the second thread, not the first one. Okay? Then I pull. What do I do again? Then I go through the first bead on top. Then it comes back together again, as you can see. And then I go through the first one. Now, whilst I'm going through the first one, just make sure you go through the thread under or on top of the first chain. So this is what I mean. As you are going through the first one, you go through, make sure you go through this one. Now you are doing this to make it stay on top of it. Okay, so you go through, realize that it is under the first thread on top of the first chain. Yeah, and then you pull thread, and then you go through the first bead again without going through the thread on top or underneath. Okay, yeah, and then you pull. So you're going to use this method throughout, but the second, as you build, you pick a bead only. Now you pick 2 beads whenever you are starting, but when you want to continue, you need to pick only a bead, and then you build. So let's continue. Don't worry if you see it like this, is going to stay in place as you build. Now, so I pick my second bead. I go through the thread. I pull. push it through the bead. We have 3 beads. We should have 6 beads in the end, just like the foundation. If you end up with maybe 7 beads or 5, it means there's something wrong. You didn't do it well. So the beads you start from is how you are going to build. It's the same number of beads you are going to build till you finish. Okay, take the 4th one. Then you pull. Take the 5th one. Same process. Then you take the 6th bead. This is the 6th bead. Try to leave a tail whenever you are building. I mean, I didn't explain this, but from the beginning you saw how I started. Yeah, it's very necessary, so that at least you can hold on to it whilst you build. So we are done. As you can see, we have 6 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next thing we have to do is that we have to go through this, the first bead, and then under the thread you hold the build here, then we pull gently, okay, and then you go through the last bead. Yeah, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, from the beginning, I mean, it's going to be wobbly and all. So I'll build the 3rd brick, and then I'll put it around the hoop here, and then we start. Okay, so I pick 2, I go to the 2nd thread, I pull out, like that. Okay, and then it goes on and on and on till you finish. So this is the brick stitch method. last. Okay. Pull it out. Yeah. So you finish up with going through the first bead, then you go through the thread, the underlying thread or the thread bridge. Yeah. And then go through the first, and that's it. I mean, you could see it is building, and there's a hole here, right? So this is how it's built. So what I'll do next is I'll have to go through I have to go through the beaded hoop. It could be any direction. Yeah, so let's see, let me go through it like this so that yeah. And so please, when you are doing this, the reason why I'm using 6 beads, you can use 5 if you want, but I'm using 6 is that it should be able to, you know, move. Yeah, so that it will not be stuck when you are. It's really necessary that it moves. It should not be too free as well. It shouldn't be too free. It shouldn't be too big. Yeah, so that when you have to wear your earrings, I mean, obviously when it's too free it can come off. Okay, so it's necessary that it should be quite free for you to be able to finish your brick stitch. Yeah, so let's continue. So now we have our brick stitch around. I think they call it the tubular. I think it's tubular because it's round, so you're building it, I mean, in circles, you know. So let's continue the same process. You pick 2 beads, put it here. Okay, then I go through the first one, the first bead. I go through the thread bridge under. That's the right term to use anyways. Then you pull, then you go through the first bead. Okay, go through the first bead under the thread bridge, pull out, with the first one. Yeah. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm building up. I've built up to a certain length. I hope you are all here. Maybe some of you are finished by now. Yeah, so what you have to do is that you just have to continue building till you get to, some people may prefer to maybe, build from just in the middle and then that's it. It's possible like that as well. I would like to have mine fully built right from here to this side, okay? So I'm going to build 3 more bricks on top and then I'll leave you to finish with the rest. Yeah, so let's continue. So I realize that sometimes I get in the corner here, forgive me. All right, so sometimes I concentrate on what I'm doing and I don't watch the camera. Forgive me for that. So please bear with me. It wouldn't be like this till the end. Yeah, so same process. That's one good thing about building on the hoop. You don't change anything. So till now I have not added any thread to it. It's still the same thread. Yeah, so then you continue. Yeah, so I think yeah, I'm going to, after this I would leave you to finish with the rest. And it's very simple. If you found one thing, please go back. You can replay again and then watch how this is a very simple project you can do for yourself. Yeah, and if you know how to do this, you can even put it not on a straight edge, on a straight, an earring that has a straight edge, or I mean, it should not be round always. You can always bead around stuff, bead around any kind of earring that is possible to do. Okay. See, so you see why I say there should be, you should be able to move around so that you can move it, you can turn it whilst you bead, but when it's very stuck, You can't turn. Then you always have to bead inside, and this is going to make your work quite difficult. All right, so thank you very much. So I'm going to meet you on the last end here. It's the same process you use until you finish. You're not going to change anything, and just make sure that you the beads should be 6 in the end. Okay, you started from 6, so it should end on 6. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, finally guys, I hope you are all here. Finally I've been able to finish this. So it took me say honestly 4 to 5 hours for just one. Yeah, it's not an easy work to do because the beads are very small. I told you they are like 15 old seed beads, and they are very beautiful. The color is so nice. I think this is fuchsia. Yeah, so it's very, this is a hot pink one. Yeah, so this is the color, this is the other pair, as you can see. Yeah, so I mean, you can wear this to so many. This can be in white color. You can use any kind of bead to do. Yes, you can also use um, I mean 11 O's, toe holes, round beads. I mean, you know, you can change the style. While you go around, you can change the style. You can mix up colors and then try to, you know, and it will give it a different look, you know. Yes, so this is it finally. I mean, yeah, I love my work as you can see. Thank you. If you're a returning subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, and then please don't forget to press the notification for new updates. Thank you so much for having time for this tutorial, and I believe you would have a blessing, you know, in this blessing, as in you'll be able to add something to your already hobby that you have. You can add this kind of hobby to yours. You can turn this into business. You can I mean, teach somebody else if you really understand this. Thank you so much, and keep up the dream. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice time, and I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Have a nice time. Bye.